So you want to get started making your very first video for your brand or business. But you might be asking yourself, what should I even make a video about? Well, I'm sure glad you asked. That's what this video is all about. The biggest overall thing I would say is don't overthink it. You know, there's a lot less pressure than you're probably putting on yourself. Because if this is your first video, you have to realize how the actual algorithms are working currently on these social platforms. Because even if you post non-video posts very regularly and you have really high engagement rates, when you start posting video, these algorithms are not going to show those posts to your entire audience right away. It's going to test it with a smaller subset of that total audience. So it's going to take several consistent pieces of video content to really gain the trust of that smaller audience so that your later videos will be shown to a larger audience. That's the other reason why I say start now. Even if you're not confident that your audio and video quality or your content is going to be the best that it could be, start making videos now, because it takes time for that algorithm to really kick in so that you can maximize your reach with the content that you're actually making. So even if you're gonna go out and hire a videographer to do your video marketing, I would say if you can start yourself making a few videos to gain that trust of your audience, you're gonna be a lot better off in the long run, because you're not gonna be wasting your resources paying a professional to make these videos that are getting a lot less views than you'll get once you build up that trust with your audience. And I'm not intending to give permission to you to put out really terrible video, but I think that you might be surprised at what you're capable of, even just using the phone in your pocket. So marketing really is all about gaining and keeping the trust of your audience. And I think that's important to remember, because you don't have to feel like every single video or every single piece of marketing content that you put out has to be super salesy, especially on social media. You know, there doesn't have to be a sales pitch at the end of every video that you make. And I would say if your tendency is to add a sales pitch to everything that you do, maybe you change that to some sort of a call to action. So instead of a sales pitch, it might be visit us on our website so that you can download this free PDF. You just have to make sure that anything that you're giving to your audience, whether it's a PDF or whether it's a video, that you're providing some sort of value to them. So it could be comedic value, or it could be educational. You know, there's several different types of routes you can go with that, but I like to stick with educational. Think about the market that you work in and the things that might confuse some of your customers, the really simple things. So if you're someone who renovates homes somewhere in the Northeast, it's really cold and snowy right now, maybe you make a short 1 to 2 minute video explaining how to, retain some of the heat in your house and save some money on your electric bill. I understand the temptation to say that if we're teaching some of the things that we do as professionals in whatever space you're in, that might be taking business away from ourselves. But if you think about it, if you teach someone how to quickly seal up their windows so that there's no draft coming through, that's a really quick job, and probably one that you don't want to have to make a separate trip out just to be able to do that. So think about some ideas of videos that you could make for the space that you're in. And I would say, really don't overthink this. Really simple things that you think that your entire audience knows already. They may not know what you think they know, or they don't know the best method to get there. So you can teach them that. And even if they do know that already, if you're explaining it well and they like your brand, they'll probably interact with it. And that even is gaining trust with your audience. If I know about something and I watch a video of someone explaining it the exact way that I know it, it's accurate and it's concise, I have more trust in that person now, because I know that they're explaining things well. And again, maybe you have a camera that's been sitting on your shelf or sitting in your closet, and you say, maybe I can pull that out and shoot video on it. I would just encourage you to just use your phone. It's already with you, and you already know how to use it better than you know how to use a camera, unless you're more experienced with that camera. It's really easy to get caught up in those things and say that the audio isn't perfect, or you had pauses when you were talking, or you had the ums and uhs. But like I said, just start small, don't overthink it, and get started in it, because it's gonna take time to really build that momentum and get going using video in your marketing. All right, I hope that was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button below, and you could subscribe to my channel for more content like this in the future. And if you have any additional questions surrounding this, please leave them in the comment section below. I will get back to you either in video form, or I will definitely type back to you. All right, that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow for another video.